Howdy, this is Victor Morales with my pitch for Solution 1 dealing with FC Barcelona and La Liga problem. For starters, the fight for Catalonian independence goes way back to the Spanish Civil War in 1939 and has been boiling up ever since between the Catalonians and the country of Spain. This problem is that if Catalonia becomes independent, La Liga will exclude FC Barcelona out of the soccer league, and this would eliminate the biggest sports rivalry game in the world and the best game that La Liga can offer, which is Real Madrid versus FC Barcelona. This game has always been historically great for the two clubs and commercially has been very beneficial for the league and the two countries, profiting millions of dollars every year off of the televised game and also bringing tons of tourists to the home team's country. FC Barcelona has always been the symbol of independence for Catalonia as they fight for their independence and separation from Spain. However, FC Barcelona does not want to lose out of being excluded from La Liga due to them having a rich history being in the league, from the very early beginnings of having their soccer team to now having one of the best teams in soccer and the most well-known team in the world. Also being excluded out of the league, they will miss out on their most historical rivalry game against Real Madrid, which has been known as more than just a game to both sides of the teams. It's been a battle for both countries with Spain's best soccer team versus the Catalonian soccer team to see who is the best, better club, and for their countries just to fight for their pride to see who's better than who. The sense of not wanting to lose, the part of the club's history of being in the league, is conflicting with the long history of being the sign of hope for Catalonia to be independent from Spain, which has FC Barcelona's soccer team just in the middle on. Like, they kind of just play the neutral side just because they don't know what side to play on because they want to stay in the league but also be that beacon of hope for the country. On the other hand, La Liga problem is that if Catalonia becomes independent from Spain, they can no longer be part of the league due to their separation of separating from Spain and being on their own. Nonetheless, the league would prefer if Barcelona can stay in the league due to their global popularity that they have reached now and the rivalry game with Real Madrid, which is called El Clásico. This game is the most watched game globally every year when the two clubs meet. It crosses over millions of dollars of revenue for the league and the two countries. If the game was no longer to exist, the league would be missing out on the biggest influx of revenue they have. Even with these two conflicting sides, there is a mutual interest between the two sides, which is that FC Barcelona should stay because both sides benefit. Both sides benefit just for the fact that if FC Barcelona can stay in the league, they will be able to keep their traditions and be able to keep their history still intact and not lose that sense of what they used to have. And for La Liga, they would be able to keep their biggest influx of revenue, not missing out on the El Clasico games, just for the fact that it is the most popular game every year in the world. Millions watch the games, so it is better for both sides that if FC Barcelona does stay, it is a win-win for both sides. So I believe that if La Liga should keep FC Barcelona in La Liga no matter the change of status of independence or separating from the country of Spain. However, for the negotiations terms should be in order for the club to stay in La Liga, they should be able to pay a fixed fine to re-enter the league as now a new status of newly independent country and separated from Spain, and also coming into terms that keeping the home stadium swapping back and forth, each trying to from each El Clasico game, and where the home team, the home country, keeps a higher percentage than what the La Liga gets back and the other country gets back. The reason for the fee for FC Barcelona to pay a fee is just for the fact that now they are no longer, if they do reach independence, they are no longer a part of Spain. So they would have to re-enter, and Spain be a little upset at them and may feel a little bit of animosity. So the fee would probably would offset their just mixed feelings and kind of hope that they would accept them. So the fee would just be kind of like an entrance fee for them to re-enter to the league, and hopefully allow them to join and compete. And also for the second the second term is just for the reason is that El Clasico is a very popular game where millions of dollars are made, and it is only fair if the hosting country should make more of the profit than the other country, and also that the league does not take all the revenue since the league it is based off of Spain. So it is only fair. So, for example, if FC Barcelona was to host the game, the Catalonian country should get the most profit since they are hosting the game and they are having all the revenue go towards it because of them hosting the game and all the tours come to their game. So they should keep a higher percentage. And when it is swapped to Real Madrid, they should keep a higher percentage since it is in their country, and it'll kind of just keep both sides kind of fair. And when each year they'll each every other year they'll have their time to make the most money that they can from the El Clasico game.